This is sports stuff. Betting stuff.
Ciao.
Boom, boom, boom.
We need some positive vibes.
We do. We are back.
Yeah, Jeebus.
I have my token today. Maybe this will help.
Maybe that's been why we suck.
2
Might have
weeks.
been.
2 weeks I've been without my token, aka my Super Sweet Breakers Viper sunglasses. Knockoffs, whatever you want to call them. But this is sports
Muff's
stuff.
fault.
Sure, I'll take it. This is sports stuff betting stuff. Number one sports betting podcast coming out of the sports stuff with Jim and Muff Enterprise. I am your host, the original degenerate, Muff.
Hi,
Hey,
and
Jim. I can say I'm Jim. You can say you're Alex.
I'm
No
Alex.
real order here.
That's true. I'm the medical degenerate, and Jim is our soon-to-be Ohio degenerate. It's getting
Yeah.
closer.
The final countdown until Ohio's legal, baby.
He's trying to still push off his.
It's gonna. I was just saying, it's gonna put Buffnack out of business.
Yeah, I wish. Muff's gonna make me. Muffnack's gonna make me put in my own bets.
Do you think that's
learn how to
reasonable?
do
Seeing as
that.
how you're allowed?
I think Jack Daniels and Budley should sponsor the show.
What about? Hold on, wait.
Oh Jesus!
Is that
Bush.
And Boosh.
Boosh Light? Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't have. I am only a betting degenerate.
Muff is not. Yeah,
Muff's
he's
not an
not the
alcoholic like
alcoholic
us too.
degenerate.
He doesn't gamble and drink. He just gambles.
Right.
I only mix,
Someone has to be the reasonable one of the group.
I mix one
Yeah,
vice.
absolutely.
I mix one vice at a time. By that, I don't mix them.
So basically, after football season, he'll start drinking again.
Yeah,
Right.
and then we get into golf, and
That's where he drinks. That's where he abides.
that's where I do my things. So, this is going to be a slightly bit of a special episode because we'll have some more information. As a reminder, before we even get into anything, you can sign up for the Sports Stuff Bowl Pick'em, which is a free bowl pick'em opportunity through ESPN. You can find the link in our link tree in our bio on Instagram or Twitter. You can also
Today's the
see
last day.
It's free, but you can still win a prize.
You can put your entry in up until the games start on Friday.
And then
Is
after
that
that,
right?
I'm pretty sure you can make your picks as long as your pick for that game is in before that game starts. But you do have to make your team by the first game.
Right. So get that and get your picks because the winner will receive a special gift from Harper and Company.
Harper
And company.
And if supplies last, everybody that beats the show will get a sticker, right, Jim?
Oh yeah, I gotta send a sticker out for our last one. I gotta do that. It's gonna have a whole Christmas mailing.
Christmas mailing for our winners, but you can get some free swag or something from Harper and Company for winning or beating the show. The show we'll talk about our picks every week after the game, so you know who we picked, and you can also see the live updates in the standings and the page. So get on there. We've shared it on Facebook. If any of you loyal listeners are friends with us personally, I've also shared it on my personal social media.
Agreed.
So,
I have as well.
I should probably do it on mine, but I don't have a lot of Facebook friends. Join me on Facebook.
I texted most of
My
you. So if
friend.
you're listening.
Our little bit of friends, we texted you.
yeah. Hey, friends.
All 7 of you guys, whoever you're listening.
Get into it. So
2 of them are here. 5.
we've done an extended intro because we had important things to share, but also because I think we were trying to put away the fact that we had to talk about last week's picks.
We do.
We're trying to cover up.
In the past month, I think we've had collectively the best and now the worst records for the week.
I did great compared to you guys.
It doesn't say much in this one. Last week's best bets. I was 20%. Alex was, what's 2/7, Alex?
2/7 is less than 20%.
So I was actually the best.
Technically,
by percentages.
If we're getting technical.
Well, no, that's just by percentages. So you had the most wins, Alex, but you also you were tied for the most losses. Anyway, I'll go rip the Band-Aid off. I was 1-4. It started with a game that will be contentious for years to come amongst the group.
What?
The Raiders and Rams. I had the Rams over 44.5, as well as the Raiders to
All right, hold on.
I
Hold
briefly
on.
looked like a
Hold on.
genius.
Let's just talk about it's not the Raiders and the Rams, and that was just a game. Why it's contentious? The Thursday night game, Raiders versus the Rams.
And while I see your point, I will say that until the last 3 minutes, this pick looked golden. And I was
And then the
prepared.
Thursday curse.
I went to bed thinking I'm going to make them kiss my ass for giving them this pick so hard. And then I woke up and was like, surely I was dreaming. And they didn't really come back and beat the Raiders.
Who was Shirley? Did you go to bed with Shirley? Shirley, I was dreaming.
I'm not talking about my personal life on this podcast.
Go ahead, Muff.
So there was that. Chiefs to cover 9 versus the Broncos was a backdoor loss because the Broncos decided to play offense once Russell Wilson got hurt. Dolphins to cover 3 versus the Chargers. That was an outright loss. Chargers beat the Dolphins. And my lone win came in Monday Night Football. The Patriots to cover 1.5, taking on the Cardinals. I needed to win in that game because that cost me in the fantasy football world.
I'll go next. I went 1-5, lost the Seahawks -3 against the Panthers. I lost that Thursday night game. I thought I had won the Chiefs game, and then I saw the spread. Lost the money line Vikings against the Lions. Lost the Steelers game. I think
You were on your own.
I think I only lost that by what? Half a point?
No, you had Steelers.
Lost.
You lost it by 4.
My fault. And then my one win was the Monday night game, like Muff.
So I also had a somewhat heartbreaking week. I had Navy -1.5 at Army, which was winning until the last second drive by Army to go into overtime. And then Navy fumbling on the one, not even the 1-yard line, going into the end zone. But that's neither here nor there. It was a loss. The Raiders -6, which I thought would be a win, was also a loss. I did win Bengals -6.5 versus the Browns, and Texans Cowboys over 44.5. I lost the Chiefs -9, which looked like it could possibly win. I outright lost the Seahawks -3.5 versus the Panthers. The Panthers won, and same with the Dolphins -3 Chargers. So there was like such an easy chance for me to be 5-2 this week.
Yeah.
I mean, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
It's almost like you were cursed.
You're cursed.
It's almost like you were cursed.
You're cursed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that brings our running totals to Muff at 52, 51, and 2 at a 495 clip. Jim 57, 63, and 2 at 467 win percentage. And I am at a 462 win percentage with a record of 54, 62, and 1. Sheesh.
Sheesh. Jim, Alex is very close.
Yeah, when you have a week like that, I would hope he gets close.
Alex could have easily overtaken you, but we all pooped to bed.
We did.
In our specialty picks this week, in the Mike Allstott Hit Stick Pick of the Week.
Pow, pow.
As everything else this week was a loss, as the Chiefs did not cover 9. The Mike Allstott pick is now 6, 8, and 1 for the year. In the Neil Brown Risky Pick of the Week, we took Buccaneers money line at 49ers. That was a loss. The risky pick is now 7 and 8. Was the reason we took that because Jimmy G was out?
We took that in honor of a friend.
Well, it was also, there was other reasons to that, but that was that the start of it? Because
it was a heartfelt swing. I don't remember any logic behind my reasoning of, hey, let's do this.
Okay. And the Punisher parlay.
Punisher!
Punished all of us.
So bad.
I don't know what we do.
We literally went 0-4. I know. I was like, do we just start over and
had a hard
that didn't
reset?
happen? At this point, we're going to ride it out
reset.
to the end of the season, right? I mean, we've come far. So I think we just all go back in.
Yeah, we all go back in. And then I think next year we start a new parlay with new rules.
Something new.
It might win.
Yeah.
All right. So that's where we stand. Punisher parlays winless this season. So before we get into the college and NFL lines for this week, real real quick, in addition to the bowl pick'em, we as a show are also doing a confidence pick situation. And for those of you who are not aware of what that means, is we are going to pick the winner, not with a spread, just the straight up winner of a game. And with that, we have to choose between the numbers 1 and 42, or actually 1 to 42, the games in which we have the most confidence. You can only use each number once, and you just pick the winning team in the game that you feel most confident in, and that team would have 42 possible points to win for you. And you go on down the line until you have your least confident pick, which is a 1-point pick. So we will be filling everybody in throughout the weeks in the show about our progress, who is winning, who is losing. And at the end, we will have a crown champion of the show and who is the confidence pick champ.
Are we gonna put some stakes into this?
Like Omaha steaks?
I was just gonna say like steaks.
Like dinner?
I mean, I think we should. I think the winner should get a bottle of hot sauce of their choosing.
Hot sauce?
Yeah,
Hot sauce?
a bottle of hot sauce of their choosing.
A bottle or a pack or whatever they want within a reasonable price range
Yes.
from the other two.
Yes.
That's fine. I'm down. Alex?
What was this?
Hot sauce?
Hot
Hot
sauce.
sauce?
That's fine. Sorry, my sister's texted me about some random medical emergency that her friend is having, because that's what happens whenever you choose a career in medicine.
True.
Not something
If Alex, don't overthink it. You know what to tell him.
Tussin.
Dirt and tussin. It'll fix it. Don't you worry. So if you did not text that back, I'm going to question your medical expertise.
He has
I
a
did.
Hippocratic oath.
To do no harm.
I don't think tussin or dirt are going to do any harm.
I said go to the ER. Immediately ask for tussin.
So it's an internal wound. It's an internal issue.
And
Okay. So getting into this week's college football lines, starting on Friday, we have the Bahamas Bowl, which starts at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you're getting into the bowl pick'em, be sure to get your team into the group by 11:30 a.m. on Friday. We have the Bahamas Bowl with Miami, Ohio, taking on University of Alabama, Birmingham. UAB is favored by 10.5 over under 44.5 points.
Not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
I am also not interested in anything with that game. Alex, you have I feel like we can just toss a dart at a board and you'll be like, yep, want that one.
yeah, so no, because this is a rollover from last week. So Jim did last week's notes and put this game in, and not saying that I don't appreciate you doing the notes, but I did not check to see when this game actually was. So I will, in good faith, ride with my over that I had picked last week for this game.
Okay. Well, you don't have to worry about that. Next on Friday in the afternoon, we have the Cure Bowl. University of Texas San Antonio, the Roadrunners, the Beep Beeps, taking on Troy. Beep, beep. Troy favored by 1.5 over under 55.5.
Gun to my head, I take UTSA, but I think I'll skip this one.
I don't know. I'm all about the Beep Beeps, but I think Troy's got this one in my mind, but not confident enough for me to do anything with it.
They said I was reading today about some of the bowl games, and they said that in the group of 5, this is like the top ranked offense versus the top ranked defense.
Troy being the top ranked defense.
Yes. So what does that tell you about the over under? Nothing.
Figure it out.
Which team wins? If the offensive team wins, then the over. If the defensive team wins, then the under. That's how I look at it.
Most likely what's going to happen. So getting into Saturday bowl games, we have a morning game, 11 a.m. on the East Coast. The Fenway Bowl, played in Boston, I'm assuming. Cincinnati taking on Louisville. Louisville favored by 1.5 over under 39.5.
I got Louisville.
Yeah,
I lean that way.
I'm gonna lean Louisville. There's obviously
I like the over as well.
I got best bet Louisville.
Best bet Louisville, and that there's a lot going on in the coaching situations there, Alex.
There is, there is. So Cincinnati's Luke Fickell leaves to go to Wisconsin, and Louisville's coach Scatterfield leaves to go to Cincinnati.
Well,
Interesting mix of events. I am going to stick with my Louisville pick, though. I don't think Cincinnati has it this year.
I'm not gonna go against you on that. At noon on Saturday, we have the Celebration Bowl. Jackson State taking on North Carolina Central.
We do. Unfortunately, there's no lines on FanDuel.
There's no FanDuel lines, but I found a line
You did?
in a random web-based situation. It was Jackson State minus 14 and over under 55.
So we can't really bet it, but I guess if I was betting this game, I would take Jackson State.
I have no idea who's still going to be there.
Now, that's the problem. That's the problem. Because it's 14, I didn't expect it to be that high of a line. The line you found was 14. So Jackson State to win for sure.
Mhm.
Jackson State minus 14 might be a stretch for me.
Yeah, there were lines ranging from like 11 and a half to 15 and a half, like in this web-based thing. So I was just like, seeing the most were in the 13 to 14 range. So I just took 14 to toss for this just for discussion.
Yeah.
So I'm staying away.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't
Yeah,
bet
we
it
can't
on
bet it
FanDuel.
anyway.
Can't bet on FanDuel if I want to. Saturday afternoon, we have the Las Vegas Bowl. Florida taking on Oregon State. Oregon State favored by 10 and a half, over under 52 and a half. And I had this sitting here, and I'm going to take Florida plus the points.
What? You just did a switcheroo.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you just had the game. I got you.
I just had the game sitting there as a possible.
I got you. I am not gonna bet this game, but I don't hate your pick. I was honestly more concerned when I saw your Oregon State minus 10 and a half. I think Oregon State wins this game, but I don't trust by that much.
Right, that's fine. I think Florida's ready to show people why they should have promise for next year, only to dash their hopes at the beginning of next season.
Yes.
Jim, you just not like college football this week?
You intrigued me with that. Ooh.
Is that the heartburn from your whiskey, or
That shocked me. I didn't think you would step out into that. So now my brain's racing. I don't know.
okay? We can race all the way to Los Angeles in the LA Bowl. Washington State taking on Fresno State. Fresno State favored by 3.5, over under 52 and a half.
Give me Fresno State minus 3.5 in this game.
I'm gonna need some logic on that one, buddy.
So I say this because Washington has several people that have entered the transfer portal, which to me says we're not going to play for you. And their defensive coordinator also is gone and will not be coaching this game. So I think there's enough shakeup in Washington. I think the game's just close enough that I'll take Fresno State, maybe only by a touchdown, but give me Fresno. Any other time? I was on Washington State until I read about the game.
Okay, staying away. Jim?
Alex convinced me. I'm probably leaning on that one too.
Okay. Next, in Saturday bowl game action, we have in the Lending Tree Bowl, Rice taking on Southern Miss. Southern Miss favored by 6.5, over under 45.5.
Give me Southern Miss.
Are you betting the whole college line? Like the whole slate?
Listen, Southern Miss is known as the quote unquote nasty bunch defense, and Rice has led the nation in lost turnovers this year.
Okay.
Southern Miss coming on strong. Listen, you can only come back. You got to go big or go home.
Can't win if you don't put it in the middle. Sometimes you just got to drop it on the table, Jim. Figure it out.
Yep,
That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points.
This is my drop it on the table week.
All right. In the New Mexico Bowl, we have no teams from New Mexico as Southern Methodist University takes on Brigham Young University. SMU favored by 3.5, over under 64.5.
See, I didn't bet on this one. I didn't bet on this one. I didn't do them all.
Yeah, I'm not doing this one.
Me, I'm not either. In Saturday night ball action in the Frisco Bowl, we have North Texas taking on Boise State. Boise State favored by 10.5, over under 59.5.
Give me North Texas, the mean green. I have no reasoning for that other than mean green.
That's good. I mean, if the Potato Bowl, the Idaho Bowl, cannot have Boise in it, then I feel like we got issues. Good.
Yeah.
Brings us into Monday bowl action in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Marshall takes on UConn. Marshall favored by 10.5, over under 40.5.
Give
A lot
me
of points.
the over 40.5.
Why?
Because Marshall's favored by 10.5. I think there's a good chance Marshall runs away with this. UConn scores a couple touchdowns. It could be a 28-14 game, which would cover. And cover the spread.
There you go, Jim. There's your reasoning. I'm staying away.
All right.
Okay. Next, in Tuesday bowl action in the Idaho Potato Bowl, we have Eastern Michigan taking on San Jose State. San Jose State favored by 3.5, over under 54.5.
Not going to touch this one with a bet.
I mean, I would take Eastern Michigan plus the points because I don't know why a California team's playing in the Potato Bowl.
Maybe they like potatoes too.
Whatever. It's just, to me, it's without Boise State in there, I just feel weird about it.
I feel
You guys, were you around for the Beta Thetas serenades?
I like my shape like potatoes. Yes, because I was singing that in front of my dad, telling my dad about it. My little brother was little and heard me singing it and repeated it, to which I had to say, I like to eat my mashed potatoes. And he's like, I love that song. He's like, my mashed potatoes in the back seat.
Yeah.
My dad's like,
shout out to the Beta Thetas.
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have the Boca Raton Bowl. Liberty taking on Toledo. Toledo favored by 4.5.
I'm very tempted to take Toledo in this game. I don't have it on my list because I was getting a little crazy, but
have you seen what Liberty's done? And both teams are too volatile to get in the fray.
Liberty's as volatile as an institution.
Are there rules this week as far as
is this the kind of show like?
I mean, we're talking about Hugh Freeze. We'll talk about Hugh Freeze. They lost their coach. That's why I would take Toledo.
I'm doing it. F it.
No, this is not the show, Jim, to get all the way into that.
It's like, all right.
Remember, I'm the one that's not drinking, so we're not going to go that far.
That's what I'm saying.
You're willing to dive in.
So the sober monitor says no.
I mean, I brought it into play, but I'm going to.
He's the one who made it a live bomb. I'm like, all right, Bob.
He's going to quickly take it out of play.
I disarmed it, but
I think he realized the beast he was dealing with.
I disarmed it, but I also have the code. I armed it.
Yes, the second half of the code.
Right.
Let me pour another one of these, and away we go.
All right. Wednesday bowl action. This will be the last game in the slate before next week's betting episode in the Nollins Bowl. Western Kentucky taking on South Alabama. South Alabama favored by 4.5, over under 55.
Not going to touch it. I'm going to pick Western Kentucky for me, but I'm going to not bet it.
Not best bet it.
Yes. Precisely.
That wraps up the college football world, the bowl games.
It's wild that we're already at bowl games.
And the year's flying by.
Yeah.
Way too much going on all at once here.
I'm going to shout out to the best barmaid, my wife.
You tip your bartenders, folks.
Tip your bartenders.
Spay and neuter your cats.
All I heard was nudie. I don't know what you're talking about.
I said spay and neuter.
Oh, okay. Whole different show tonight, folks.
All right, which brings us to the men's league, the NFL. First, there is a game on Thursday. All I'm going to say is the 49ers at the Seahawks, and none of us will be betting it.
You know what? I was thinking about it. Purdy, Gino, the showdown. I don't know.
I'm not going to.
That's up to you, Jim.
Thursday, Alex?
No, it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with it being Thursday. I just don't trust the game.
Because it's on a Thursday?
That has nothing to do with that.
That's
right.
right.
If it was in Morgantown, you'd bet it.
Well, yeah, that's completely different league.
True. Are you going to bet it, Jim?
No, I'm not betting it.
Okay,
and why are you being aggressive?
We have the bonus Saturday football starting this week in the NFL. This week we have 3 games on
Why
the
is it a
slate
bonus?
because we have games on
Oh,
Saturday.
because it's on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Stick with the plan, Jim.
my fault.
Quit drinking.
I know.
Don't do that.
Put the alcohol down.
Don't be a quitter. I'm not taking this game. I lean.
I didn't even say Colts at the Vikings. Both of you. Both of you need to calm down. The Vikings minus
This
4.5
is why we can't
over
drink
48.5. Okay, where are we at here? Anybody? I don't have rules. I don't have any like rules for Saturday games.
I'm not
I think
taking
the
it.
Vikings win this game, but because they're like, I think on a downward trend, and the Colts are again a volatile team, I will not bet this.
I'm with Jim.
Yep, I'm staying away. Staying away. Next, we have the Ravens at the Browns. Browns minus 2.5 over under 37.5. We
This
obviously
one I will
have.
be taking.
You will be. What are you taking,
I
Alex?
will be taking the Ravens plus 2.5 in this game
Because
I think the Browns are butthole.
well, I think we need more than that. Is this
Wait,
because
wait.
what about the
Not
Ravens
anymore.
makes you? What about the Ravens makes you
Is
feel?
Tyler Huntley back?
Yes.
What?
To both
Back!
to both of those questions, the answer is yes.
Jim's face. I was trying to skate by it like it didn't happen.
First off, I think
the
you have it out
unintended
for
question
Deshaun.
and the real question, the answers are yes.
I think you have it out for Deshaun. I think it's clouding your betting judgment.
I don't like Deshaun, but I also think he's a bad quarterback. So give me Tyler Huntley and the Ravens plus
Is
2.5.
Tyler Huntley playing?
Yes, you just said yes.
No, I did. I have no idea.
You said yes to both.
Well,
You kind of threw us for a loop with the first question. So
It was an accident.
I mean, I think he's back. I just don't know if he's playing.
Tyler Huntley updated as Lamar Jackson remains out. Full participant in practice today.
Okay, so I would say he's most likely playing unless he gets a setback.
Yes.
So that puts you on it. Okay.
Yes.
I'm staying away. Next, in
Yeah.
Saturday night football, we have the Dolphins taking on the Bills. Bills minus 7.5 over under 42.5. I am on the over in this game.
I almost was, but I just feel like it might be a trap.
Give me the points. I think the Dolphins are ready for another breakout game, and I think the Bills are ready to be involved in an offensive shootout. I think the Bills have been playing down. They're going to play up, and the Dolphins are going to figure it out for this game. I still think the Bills.
That was aggressive.
I think the Bills still win. I don't know if the Bills cover, but I think it's a higher scoring game. I'm thinking like 35-21.
what was the score of the Chargers game at the end of the day against the Dolphins?
27 something, 20, 24. You tell me, buddy.
I'm 27 or 23-17. So that's 40 points.
That is 40.
And you're telling me you think the Bills and the Dolphins will score more?
Yes. The Bills are a better offense than the Dolphins, and I think the Dolphins had a down game. We talked about it, the Dolphins had a down game. Tua had a bad day. I think it's a bounce back game for them. I still don't think they win, but I think they put up a better fight.
I'll tell you.
I will not be telling you mainly because I have like 13 bets. So
yeah, it's time for you to calm down. Next, in Sunday games, in the early games, the 1 p.m. Eastern time games, we have the Falcons taking on the Saints. Saints favored by 4 over under 42.5.
No, thank you.
I want to say Saints because isn't there Marcus Mariota drama?
Yeah, Mariota is not playing, and Desert Ritter is playing.
Yes, I will still stay away though.
Yeah, I still don't trust anything. I mean, I would lean Saints, but who knows? Maybe they'll fake another injury and have to pay $2 million this time. Yeah. Next, we have the Steelers at Carolina. Panthers favored by 2.5 over under 37.5.
Steelers.
What's Kenny?
Yeah, you
Pickett's
screwed
status?
up. Take it back.
What's Kenny Pickett's status?
Don't answer him. Don't answer him until he says the right name. It's the Carolina Panthers against two.
Steelers.
Thank you. You definitely said Steelers. That is not allowed.
That's not how the Yinzers talk.
You have not done that in forever, so not okay. We cannot be breaking trends. We will lose some more.
Who is this? Who broke it? Me or Alex?
Kenny
You
Pickett
did.
limited in practice on Wednesday. After missing the majority game, Pickett returned to the field in a limited fashion. Either way, honestly, with Mitch or with Kenny, I'm gonna go Steelers still.
I have a concern with the Steelers to control the running game of the Panthers.
I don't.
That's my concern. I'm staying away. Jim?
I'm more used to believe.
I bet the Steelers like 2-3 weeks in a row, and it's bit me.
Okay.
So
Fair
no.
enough. Next, we have the Eagles taking on the Bears. Eagles favored by 9, over under 48.5.
The Bears.
I don't know why we're not all on this.
I don't either. It feels too good.
The Bears coming off a bye.
But isn't Justin Fields like questionable? Or
Justin
not?
And the
Fields.
Eagles rolled last week.
I understand, and I'm still going to stay away. There's something about the Bears coming off a bye to me that I don't like for the Eagles to cover in this. Something about that. Something about that. I mean, I can see Justin Fields taking advantage of this defense, and it being maybe a high scoring affair. Higher.
The Bears aren't going to win,
That's fine.
right? Like you're saying, they're not going to win.
I do not think they're going to win, but
But
I
you
could
don't
see
think the Eagles can
I could
cover.
see like a 28-21 game, or higher, even a 35-28 game, or 35-27 game.
Okay. That's a leaner for me. I'll tell you that much.
I'm just not going to get involved with it. I am getting involved in the next game though. Chiefs at Texans. Chiefs to cover 14, over under 49.5. Even though it's a huge spread, I'm going to take the Chiefs to cover 14.
You saw what the Texans did to the Cowboys at a spread of 17.
I totally understand that, but the Chiefs are not the Cowboys.
You don't believe they're gonna do it twice.
And I think the Chiefs.
And you saw what the Chiefs did to us last week.
I think the Chiefs are ready to be pissed off and play a game.
I think you are dead wrong.
Well, then you can take Houston.
I almost want to side bet you money.
You can take Houston as a best bet.
I can afford to take best bet chances.
If you it's not a chance. It sounds this is the normal gym game. You feel really confident, but you're not confident to be a best bet.
I'm staying out so I don't get accused of anything this week.
So
no, Muff, you're not baiting me, but I think you're dead wrong.
Okay, but not dead wrong enough to make it a best bet.
Nope.
Okay, well, sounds like I'm dead right then. Cowboys at Jaguars. Cowboys minus 4.5, over under 47.5.
Here's another one that I think, like, why aren't we all on the boys?
Boys, do we remember what they did last week?
They did cut a shot.
4 points though.
But the Jaguars have also shown their proclivity to put up points. And I mean that this is. I will say that this is one of those games that Trevor Lawrence could be on his butt 10 times. But the Jaguars have played decent ball over the past few weeks. Next, we have the Lions at the Jets in the last afternoon game. Lions -1, over under 44.5.
Give me the Lions.
I'm going with the Lions, making our Super Bowl run.
I'm going to go with the over in this game. Lions have been pretty solid offensively, albeit in the dome over the past few weeks. But I think they take the show on the road, outside, and the Jets also are able to put up some points on the Detroit defense.
What's the Jets quarterback situation? Because I thought about what you're doing, and I kind of saw it, but then I was like, didn't their quarterback get folded in half?
But he played the rest of the game.
I
or
didn't know. That's why I'm asking.
most of the rest of the game. Now, if you're going to ask me what his injury status is,
He had like broken ribs, so I don't know if he'll be playing or not.
yeah,
Maybe what's Tyrod Taylor?
is Zach Wilson back up?
Someone gonna give him an injection.
Jim,
You're an ass.
Jim, I think it's time. I think
Disgusting.
it's time we bring it back up.
Hmm.
Okay,
Ugh.
Mike White, rib, limited participant, left practice for his rib injury. So he's practiced. So he's potentially going to play. Either way, give me the over. Next in the Sunday late games, we have the Cardinals taking on the Broncos. Broncos favored by 2.5 over to 36.5. Obviously, we have no Kyler Murray. The Cardinals look like a ship sailing out, just drifting out to sea. Yes. And we're assuming that Rippon's going to be the starter for the Broncos, who actually looked like something throughout that game with and without Russell Wilson. Jerry Jeudy adds a whole different element to that team that they did not have.
Is he back?
Who, Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah.
He had 3 touchdowns last week.
Okay.
He's back. To me, he's back. He's also under some heat because he bumped an official on purpose.
He on purpose bumped an official.
Yes. He was coming off the field, was yelling at him, took his helmet off, and bumped into him because he thought there was a call that should have gone his way that did not. But there's no flag on the play. I have a feeling he's going to get fined for it, but there's no flag on the play.
I'm not going to touch it.
I would say fade the Cardinals, but it's the Broncos, so I'm going to stay away. Next, we have the Patriots at the Raiders. Raiders -1 over under 44.5.
Give me the Patriots money line.
I like it. It is a team traveling, right? Traveling to the West Coast, or to the Western time zone, at least the Pacific time zone. So we'll see. I'm gonna stay away. Derek Carr could throw for 500 yards this game, and then next week throw for 75. So,
You're not wrong. But I'm gonna risk it to get the biscuit.
That's fair. Also, next, Titans at Chargers. Chargers favored by 3 over under 47.5.
Not touching this one.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with it.
Why? I need talked out of this, guys. I need talked out of this.
Because I don't trust either team.
Bingo. Titans are coming off a bad week.
Which team do you trust?
Chargers need this to get into the playoffs. They need a win.
Mm-hmm.
Titans, I think, are on the downhill,
but still need wins to keep
Chargers
their playoff position.
Receiving seems to be warming up. King Henry seems to be cooling down.
Right, which is all the reason for everything you just said to go the opposite way and for Henry to rush for 200 plus yards.
Yes.
Tell me about the Chargers rush defense, Jim.
They don't typically, teams don't run massively on them.
Okay.
That's not enough for me.
It's up to you, buddy.
You guys did not help me talk myself out of this one.
I try to talk you into bets all the time, but I make you talk make you talk yourself into bets.
That's true.
Next, Bengals at Bucks. Bengals favored by 3.5 over under 43.5. Give me the Bengals in this one.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
I think we may have found something there. Jim?
Yeah, me too.
Titans Chargers? Anything?
I'm still
okay. Sunday night football, Giants at Commanders. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Commanders favored by 4.5 over under 40.5. Keep me all the way away from this.
Yeah, me too.
I do not want to see this game. Jeez, Alex.
I'm not touching a Sunday night game.
You touched everything else that happened this week, though.
I'd agree.
Monday Night Football, Rams at Packers. Packers -6.5 over under 39.5. I am on the Packers. Give me the Packers.
I will put my grubby paws on this and also take the Packers.
Why?
Because the Rams suck ass.
We can talk about Baker Mayfield, talk about that's the thing. This is Aaron Rodgers coming off a bye week in prime time. I'm ready to see a show.
Not touching that.
Okay. Okay, which brings us to our best bets. Some may take.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Okay, good. You can go.
You look more ready than you usually do.
That's absolutely true.
You get to go
I'm
last.
ready.
You get to go last anyway, Jim. I am ready as well.
Mine could take 3 hours, so.
All right, I'm gonna go first. I have
Okay.
6. I have 6 games. This may be a quarter of what Alex has, but it's where I am.
Okay.
In Saturday action, I'm going to take Florida plus the points, 10.5 against Oregon State in the college world. That is my only college bet this week. And in the NFL, I am also on a Saturday game. I am on the Dolphins at Bills over 42.5. In Sunday football, I'm going to take the Chiefs to cover 14 against the Texans, the Lions Jets over 44.5, and the Bengals to cover 3.5 versus the Bucks. And in Monday Night Football, I am on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers to cover 6.5 versus the Rams.
I will be taking 13 games this week, shamelessly, because
I think there's a rule.
no, I just told you there weren't rules. This is put them on the table week.
Muff,
Muff, put them on the table week.
rule.
What?
Muff, put them on the
What do
table
Didn't
week.
we have a 10-bet rule?
I feel like you 100% have bet at least 12 games, at least
Okay,
once.
first
I have
off,
never
first,
bet 12
first,
games this year.
okay, if you two ask me a question, let me answer.
That's fair.
First,
Makes the point.
the 10-bet rule was put in place for Jim and was then put in place for both of you for consideration so that you two didn't get stupid in the beginning of the year to go down huge. That being said, this is the end of the year and there's only so many college games left to bet. So if
We have
you
42 of them.
The judge has smacked the gavel and ruled in my favor.
May I approach the bench? I think we have 42 games left here, Mom.
Why are you so worried about it?
you can bet 20 games if you want, buddy. But you can't, but you could.
All right, whatever. I'm go.
Out on the table week, we have Miami, Ohio, UAB over 44.5, which is what bumped me from 12 to 13 because I'm a man of my word and I said that would be a best bet. So it is the best bet. And then we'll go with my 12 that I picked this week, which would be Louisville -1.5 versus Cincinnati, Fresno State -3.5 versus Washington State, North Texas +10.5 versus Boise State, Southern Miss -6.5 versus Rice, the over 40.5 in Marshall versus UConn, Toledo -4.5 versus Liberty. Moving to the NFL, we have the Ravens +2.5 at the Browns, the Steelers +2.5 at Carolina, the Lions, I guess money line, but -1 at the Jets, Patriots money line at Raiders, Bengals -3.5 at the Bucks, and the Packers -6.5 versus the Rams.
Are we ready for me then? I didn't know if we got through your Bible yet.
We did. We got through it all.
This is the book of Alex.
All right.
Chapter
I'm taking
1.
9 bets. I'm taking Louisville over Cincinnati -1.5. Fresno State -3.5 over Washington State. Florida +10.5 over Oregon State. The Lions -1 at the Jets. Can't believe I'm doing this. The over of the Buffalo versus the Dolphins, 42.5. The Bengals -3.5 against the Buccaneers. Patriots money line. I'm taking the Eagles -9 at the Bears and the Chargers -3 against the Titans.
Mm-hmm. Those are our best bets, which bring us into the specialty picks. First, the Mike Allstott hit stick pick of the week.
Pow, 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 pow.
I mean, we can pick anything. The world is our freaking oyster.
We're
Were we all on an NFL game somewhere?
Bengals -3.5.
Yeah.
I think that's got to be it.
I think that's the one. Next in the Neil Brown risky pick of the week.
I'm throwing Patriots in the ring.
Is it a one point dog?
1.5, but yeah, I think 1.5 or 2.5. But yeah, it is 1. You're right. Sorry, but it is a dog.
Let it roll.
Is that a yes?
That's a yes.
So the Neil Brown risky pick of the week is Patriots money line against
The Raiders.
the Raiders. Which brings us into the Punisher parlay,
Punisher!
which has been incredibly punishing recently.
I say we put, you know what? I know we have rules. Can we do a 5-leg parlay?
We can't even win a 4 or a 3.
Can we put a 5-leg parlay in?
What's the fifth leg?
I think you
Risky
put
pick?
Neil and Mike in.
Okay, I'm fine with it at this point in the year. Let's do it.
And then what's our order?
No one won last week, so
That's what I'm saying.
you
Alex
guys go
goes
first.
first.
Oh, I was gonna say you
Alex
guys go
goes
first because I have a
first.
lot to choose from.
Alex goes first.
I will go with. I want to go with an NFL game almost because I don't want it to lose soon. I'm gonna go with fudge. I wasn't prepared to go first.
Yeah, I
Southern
know.
Miss minus 6.5 versus Rice.
James?
Jesus. Why do you always go for some rogue ass shit? Like, this is why I let you go first. So you had the whole world as your oyster, and you pick the roguiest ass
That's
shit.
the one I did the
bet.
most research on.
I say next year, if this one loses, Alex should never be a part of the parlay.
What the hell? Why?
Don't think you have
Because it's
that.
always some rogue ass
I
shit.
don't think you have that authority.
It literally is barely ever some rogue ass shit.
All right, I'm doing the
Yeah.
Lions
Millennial.
-1 at the Jets. Just
Why would you go Lions -1 to the Lions money line? Dummy.
To be fair, I don't know if we've taken any money line favorites all year. It's all been spread betting.
Yeah, but -1 is not really a spread.
Jim, are you taking
Either winning
are you
or
taking
not.
the Eagles?
What
yeah.
are we saying Lions? Didn't you just say Lions? Oh,
Are you also
I-
taking the Chargers?
Yeah.
Kids, learn how to work your bullet points.
I like how he has to fix our mess.
You realize I'm like 9 shots of Jack Daniels in.
That's a you problem.
That's why you're
Um,
yelling and being rude.
All right, I am going to take for my part of this action. Jesus, I'm gonna take. Let's go with the Lions Jets over.
That's not rogue shit.
Muff had good logic. I've not heard the logic on that Rice game.
I literally told you my logic. Southern Miss is literally called like the trash bash team. Like they like F people
on
up.
a name, on a nickname. You want to make a bet on a nickname?
Yeah, because they have a fantastic defense. That's literally why they have the nickname. They're literally called the Nasty Bunch. The defense ranks top 10 in the nation in causing defensive havoc. And Rice is the #1 team for lost turnovers.
All right, Alex, when you're right, have I always said you're right? Have I come on the show and made apology
Yes.
comments on this show?
Yes, you have.
So if you're right, I will say you're right.
Yes, but I'm still going to defend myself now while you're saying I'm a random.
Hey, Alex, that was a rogue ass bet that cost us the fucking parlay.
Why is it rogue when I'm giving you hard evidence I have looked up? If I didn't have any answer, I'd say, look, Southern Miss's mascot.
I hope I can say I'm wrong. Alex.
I just
Jim,
think either way, win or lose, you're wrong.
Alex, Jim, why are you taking Fresno State?
Because he's rogue.
Because Alex did some research.
On Fresno State?
Yeah, I said Washington State has a bunch of people out and their defensive coordinators out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was sound logic. Alex didn't come to me and say Fresno State's called the Supers.
No, I literally just read you off. Yes, they are called the Nasty Bunch, but they are also ranking top 10 in the entire nation in causing havoc on defense and top 25 in their success rate on defense. While you have the other side, Rice, who is literally
electric slide.
No, Rice has literally turned over the ball more times than anyone else.
Jim,
Yes, sir.
give me one of your picks that you're not tailing something that one of us has said.
The Eagles pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the
Come
only
at me,
one?
Muff.
Is that the only one?
The Chargers pick.
Eagles and Chargers. Alex,
Come at me, Muff.
Alex, write those down.
Yeah.
If both of those lose,
Then he has to
Hey, he doesn't need a lawyer. Muff.
lick my butthole.
I don't know.
He's a grown ass man.
Seems pretty
He can defend himself, Muff.
extreme. Stop. What are you pouring another drink for?
You gotta have a drink for the end of the show.
Okay. All right. Well, that takes us to the end of this week's drinking episode of Sports Stuff Betting Stuff.
If you're drinking at home,
Which you probably should
be
be
drinking game before the show.
What is it? Every time that
Alex and Jim get in an
fight.
argument
Drinking
over
beers.
something that neither one of them have any factual evidence to support. Take a shot. Anytime they get mad at each other about each other's opinions, take a shot.
every time
Muff has to interrupt and ask us to stop talking, take 2 shots.
Every time Jim cautions Alex on a pick, which is every other pick sometimes, I feel like.
Finish your drink.
Because he bets the board. He bets the whole fucking board.
Usually I don't.
Why are you yelling? Every time.
Why are you yelling? Anytime Muff asks us why we're yelling, take a shot.
I think there's a better finish your drink. I'm trying to think of what it would be.
Every time Jim rips on the Big 12.
Anytime
crushed.
that Jim spite picks Muff.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's always that
That's for
opportunity, but he only takes advantage of it very minimal times.
Anytime Jim bites into one of Muff's baiting picks,
Finish your drink.
Finish your drink.
finish your drink.
Because it doesn't happen every episode, but it has the opportunity to happen
I
every
think
episode.
I think we're
Exactly.
developing something for next season.
No.
Play along at home.
You two cannot play along at the time of the show. I don't permit
Muff
that.
won't be able to
Oh,
stand
that
us
happened.
by the end of the episode. Muff won't be able to stand us.
You two won't be going to work the next day.
No.
We're gonna have to start recording on it like Friday or Saturday.
All right, that leads us to the end of this drinking episode of Sports Stuff with Jim and Muff. As always, be sure to tag along with these picks.
Should we give the number for AA and Gamblers Anonymous at the end of the show?
911.
If you feel you have a problem, you can go to your local emergency room where they will help direct you to the
Dirt and Tussin.
Dirt and Tussin. And if none of that works, get the chaplain because it's time to go to the meat locker. So, as Lizzo always tells us, whenever all of these bets hit, whenever we feel good about life, whenever Jim and Alex collapse into their alcohol-induced sleeps tonight, it will be
about damn
Damn time.
time.